Check, check, check. There we go. A few of you showing up. Just thinking I was going to get the day off. All right. I know there's a little lag here. Can I get a mic check? I think I got this sorted out. Check, check, check. You guys hear me all right? There we go. All right. God, this thing does have a wicked delay. All right. You guys hear me all right? Looks like a handful of you guys just getting here. Check, check, check. Yeah, looks like we're okay. Give it another minute or two. It's like try and get about 20 in here before we get started. Good. Interesting lineup today. Looks like we're going to start with Bitcoin. John Howard, I hear you. Oh, hey, John. Thanks. I hear you, George. All right. John Howard, I know you. I can't think of your handle. Now, I think I actually have the correct mic today. So that should make a difference. I've been sorting this issue out. All right, we'll give it another. Oh, there we go. Okay, to one or two more, we'll get rolling. Just shy of 20. I know most of you watch it after the fact. I mean, that's what I would do. All right, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. What are we at here? 3 minutes after. We'll give another minute. Market's taking a ride today. Retraces. You wait for them, and then it comes, and then people are afraid to buy it. All right, let's see. Let's try and get one more. Get to 20. There we go. I'm George. I just use fake name on YouTube. I got it. Oh, George. No shit. I thought you were saying, I hear you, George. I'm like, you on the right live stream? I forgot you used John Howard. All right, let me get the recording started here. We'll get going. Okay, disclaimer, 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 disclaimer. Right, educational purposes only. All right, it's an idea exchange, not financial advice. Right, you guys are all clear on that. All right, let's get rid of that, and I can say hi to you guys. I'm always looking up, right, because I put this thing up on the. This is what is this? 45-inch monitor, so I split it into 4s. So I put all the other stuff up. So I'm always looking up. Anyway, okay, let's get down to it. All right, so first up, now number one, I think I've had the mic fucked up for like the last 10 live streams in a row. To where I think I was muting it Yeah, and you guys it was still coming through, right? The thing with OBS, it'll give you 6 mics to choose from, and if you think, you start talking into your microphone, you see the mic level moving, and you think you've got the right mic. Anyway, should be much better. And additionally, I'm going to keep an eye on the chat here. I've moved that over so it's right in front of me. So someone mentioned last week, hey, Sam, do you ever look at the chat? I was like, well, you're right. It's actually kind of hard to do it. All right, so let me get here to where I can be at eye level with you guys. All right, now I got to turn my head, right? So you guys remember, I can't sit, so I have to stand. So I bring it over to this monitor here over on the left. Otherwise, I'd be right here in your face. Right? So, okay, I digress. Let's get down to some TA. Some TNA, as I like to call it. Well, this is Sensei James M., right, who is, God, he's good, man. I love his work. This is such a skilled look at this. And now he's giving us, we're getting a couple of different counts here. Now, what makes this, I think, so interesting is that there's this is, call it what you will, right? It's a mixed blessing of Elliott. There's a pretty good contingent of Elliottians. I happen to, a few people sent me some links yesterday. Say, hey, what do you think about this count? That we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? If that's the count, well, here let's make it a little more. Yeah, I was excuse me. I was watching a very skilled Elliottician do some analysis on this. This was his count. I'm not sure I agree with it, but we can't ignore it. Right? It's certainly a possibility. The reason we have to pay attention to this is because, well, of course. Now, of course, nobody knows until after the fact. If indeed this is a completed one wave, which now if you go out to a daily or even a 3-day or a weekly, you can see the argument for that. All right, that we've completed a very shallow. It's the problem is so often the case with Bitcoin because it just launches. There's no clear where exactly is the one? Is it 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2? Really? Like that's per James count, that's what we've got. So we have to think of this because if we're coming down lower, then target here gets pushed down, right? So we come down to 23.21. We had been looking at 24.25, right? If we're going to go lower, if this is going to play, is this a completed one? And whatever we're doing here, however we end up counting it, is just the correction. We gotta be cognizant of this as being a real possibility, right? It could definitely be what we've got. Now, it's a couple here. Let me get this off of here. So, his channeling. It goes all over the place, but that's how his style. The count here. I'm going to push this off just a bit. Right, so he's identifying the fact that we can interpret this a couple of different ways. Now, it was certainly interesting. I tell you what, I'm gonna hide some of these just to clear up our chart here. Maybe we'll keep the channeling on here because it's so tight, and look where our destination is. All right, so how do you pick? Right, so one of the things we've talked about. Oh shit, where is it? If I come here, he's not giving me log scale. Right, so we've looked at this many times, right? For the last, how long? Several months. We know the algo used it here. So this is a reasonable, I wouldn't ignore this, right? I wouldn't say, well, fuck, is that, so what? So the algo used it. Well, right, you might start to build a case for, that's not the right count. Until you see something like this, right? Now, here's what I can promise you. We as traders, as human beings, we are not that precise, right? That is 50, within a tick or two. And what makes it all the more remarkable, so you look, oh, come on, man, come on, can't be, right? What we needed here to disqualify or to lock in the analysis here that there was no possibility anything other than a 2 was happening here. I still think that's the highest probability. But could we not get a 1 tick overlap, right? Then we could have taken off, one of the possibilities here. Amazingly, that misses. I think it's by $4. I mean, that's about as near a miss as you can get. Right? I mean, the line is what it had to. That may be within a tick. Well, shit, I'm on a 4 hour here. Look how close that is to an overlap. The one thing I can tell you, that is not random. There it is, right? So now we gotta back into this and say, okay, well, where are we in the count, right? We know this is corrective, right? There's no confusion about whether it's corrective or not. So okay, well, where are we? Well, this got a little funky here. My interpretation of this is that it's a 3, that we've gone A, as he's giving you, right? He's giving you the count here. Here's an ABC. So whatever we're doing here is more likely is part of an X wave, right? As he's showing you here right now. Sorry. Hopefully that worked. I was able to mute for you guys. Okay, so but you know, there's an alternate here. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4 because, right? This is love it or hate it, right? Here's your reality. We don't overlap on this side. Look at this range here. All it would have taken is just, a couple more ticks. We'd overlap. We'd DQ that. A couple more ticks. Something else gets disqualified, invalidated. God damn it. We're in a tick on either side. Frustrating. So let's get some of this cleared out of here. So what do we have? Well, I think we can all, well, let me rephrase that. I think most Elliotticians would concur that this, or what are we really trying to do? 3s and 5s. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, right? We can probably all agree. Now, this is a little, that takes some skill, right? Some understanding to get that as a 3, that no, I can work a triangle into the B. Okay, well, there's the first. I think most are going to agree that this is the completion of the first zigzag. Well, shit, do we call it a zigzag with a triangle? Well, fuck, let's call it a 3, an ABC. Yeah, fuck, I guess we do, right? ABC into a zigzag. All right, well, now what comes after this is essentially sideways. Okay, what is it? You're making your best guesstimate here. Well, the way he's done it here, I think, is quite clever. So he's gone ABC, 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 right? So we go into a candidate here for, well, you've got multiple shit. He's given us so many candidates here. So could it be a flat? It could be 3, 3, 5, right? And now he's changed that. He's giving you something a little bit differently to that. It could be A, B, C. So if this is, Jesus, you gave me, I got 3 W's here. Okay, let me see if I can decipher those. Okay, so let's go. Where can I get this one? This is the one I want. Here, I want the gold one. ABC into a W, ABC into an X. What do I got here? Right? Is that A or is it ABC? Well, if we open that up, you'd prefer not to read that as a. Well, let me put this back here. Just, I can't prefer, right? Prefer. We'd prefer it, but the market doesn't give a shit what we'd prefer. If this is going to play as an ABC, well, then you'd be thinking ABC coming out of here, right? So if this is done as an ABC, well, what are we looking for next? Right, this would be, if this is an A, right? That's what I was looking for, his candidate here. So we've got a candidate for an ABC into an A wave. Oh shit, James, don't we want this? We want a 3-3. We want a 3-3-5 here. That's not like him to make that mistake. Makes me think I've got it wrong. Okay, so if this is the ABC, then we ideally would want to see ABC here into the X, right? So if this is the A wave, this is the B, well, we need a C here that would be an impulsive, right? So if we're going to go, if it's, shit, I'm probably making this harder. I'm not sure, James, maybe we should do it this way where we put them in folders so we bring them out, because this can be a little tricky. Okay, so this is the first 3 that completes. So here's the W, then A, B, C. Now that's a candidate for either an A wave or the actual X wave. Now we can't tell if it's an A, then this is the B. We're looking for a C to give us the X, right? So here's the first W. So we'd be trying to get there. shit, this is tricky, right? So one possibility here is that that's A, this is B. Now we're looking for C to give us the X of this W, right? So if I put them in white here. So this is a complex way to get here. We'd be trying to get to an X wave here. Now, where's the highest probability location for an X relative to this pivot here? Well, we'd look at it for a couple, right? If this completes the W here, First push, again, I can't make this shit up. 50, not the neighborhood of the 50, not the general vicinity of the 50 to the tick. Now, what do we do come down here? 50 within a tick. So do you see, this is just algos battling, right? This is just an algo fight. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, right? We come out of here. Well, okay, if we get out of here, what's next, right? So if this is going to be A, B, C, right? If it's C, well, we got to get there. We got to finish with a 5, right? If it's a C, if this is the B, we need a 5, which would suggest one possibility is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The implication being that that's not the start of the bull. That's just part of the correction. We come down for the Y. That's one of the things we got to deal with here. Now, this could be just a lot of. I sort of feel like, okay, fine, right? Okay, Elliott heads, big fucking deal. Where's the next trade, right? I always feel like people are like, okay, man, I don't need to hear all that. Where's the next trade? Well, I mean, certainly if you were considering any of these counts, this is all just part of a correction, right? So we can pull, oh shit, let's get all of this out of here. Let's get it all out of here. Okay, let's just look at what's here. Okay, here's the first 3. Here's another 3. You can make a case for another 3 here, even though you can dig an ugly impulse out of it because we don't overlap. Hang it. Stop. Sorry, guys. That's my wife. Okay. What are we doing here? Could we be done, right? Because so one thought here is, oh, okay, we put in a little double bottom here right ahead of, is it support? I mean, is this the order block here that you might lean into and say, okay, order block here, I just tagged the edge of it here. Is that the start of something? Well, if this is going to be the B and we're going into the C, so this would push up here right now. James knows I'm just moving his stuff around only so that I can get to the point here. Let's say this is a completed 5. Well, okay, then coming out of there, I mean, where could we place a trade? I mean, you could place a trade right there. Yeah, again, so why would you not want that trade? Let's tighten that up. I mean, talk about an impulsive move. I mean, look at the fair value gap in here. Which is, fair value gap is just kind of fancy language. What does it really just mean? It just means imbalance, right? Look how fast we move, right? There's no chance. I mean, if you looked at that on a footprint chart, you would have all sorts of, I mean, it's just a sweep, right? So what's interesting about this is that look at the fair value gap over here, right? So this area here it's just moving through this effortlessly, right? There's just a collapse down, complete sweep here, grabbing all the liquidity, and then we do the exact same thing coming back on the other side, right? Then we just rip right through it. So there's a big gap right here where there's no business, the market's not happy here. We're either going to go down or we're going to go up through it. So as we sit, where are we right now? We're smack dab in the middle of it. Well, I mean, gun to my head, right? I'm a retracement trader, so I'd be looking for the long here. Now, I would be doing that with pretty tight stop. So let's say I'm on a 4-hour here. Let's assume we can agree that this is impulsive. You just pop by to recognize your channel. Okay, that's SPDR. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. I'm not very good at that. It's hard to talk, teach, trade, and watch the chat and keep this live stream thing going. Okay, so swing, right? Impulse, right? Correcting this impulse. Well, I mean, what do you got there, right? If you're going to be long here, there's a reasonable target upside of the channel. I wouldn't maximum I'd use here is 707 max, right? Because you've got oh shit. Here, probably do it this way. Oh, let's use this. If we refine this, even, oh shit, that's mighty tight. You could probably use all of that here, right? So you'd have an order block down here, a demand zone, let's call it that, right? And you've got a demand zone down here. So if you're going to play in here, I wouldn't do something like that, right? I'm just saying, okay, if I'm going to get that little turn here, well, look what you'd be intersecting with. The center line of the channel, right? Geometry, right? There'll be an algo that'll play off of that. Then I've got here, okay, well, what can I get there? It's almost 7 to 1, 6.69 to 1 with a tight stop. Now, the other thought is here, you put buy a piece of it here, smaller piece, anticipating that you might be adding to that, and look to average down in this range so you can try and get a split fill somewhere in that range. Stop is close by, right? I mean, this is, when you're that close, you may get stopped out. Now, this is a 4 hour, so there's room here, but there's a now we're at 7 to 1, right? If you can get a split fill in there. So maybe a little bite there, looking for that push up, which would stay perfectly consistent with the count, right? If that's the case, oh shit, if that's the case, hang on. A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, either one plays, right? So either one, here's the impulse, here's the retrace. Now it's, let's go to a 1, right? Do I have an A, B, C? 30, let's go down there. I only go to these smaller time frames just to kind of dig out a count. You know, it looks like a 3, right? So now let's just, out of curiosity, right? What do you think I'm looking for here? Right, so do you see where that target is? Right, it's literally splitting this golden zone right here. So you can be pretty tight on that. Let's get you right there. Okay, swing. We, again, don't have to wonder about it. We don't have to wonder if an algo participated there. Where's that algo's target? Right there. So you can just be playing the algo pong that's in here. Very low risk, right? Now, again, you can't take that, well, shit, what if I get stopped out? Oh my God, what if I get stopped out? You know, it's got to be like, okay, there's a 7 to 1. I'll take a 7 to 1 all day, every day. If it's valid, if it sets up, there's intelligence behind it. You just go, fuck it, let's buy it. Okay, this makes sense. I've got geometry. I've got an Elliott count. I've got a fib range here that I can play with. Shit, I know he's going to have something underneath. Look here, I got a little double bottom in the RSI. Okay, right? Is it divergence? Not really, but we've been pretty steep here, a little bit less here, a little bit less here. What's the last piece of this? Right? They can add to the probability of the trade. Golden corner. If we get the golden corner, what does the golden corner get us? All right, why put that? Why even put that on there? What's the big fucking deal? Well, this gives us an 80% probability of getting there, right? Now, caveat, right? I have to do this, right? So people don't misunderstand. As long as this pivot holds. Well, the whole premise of the trade is that this pivot is going to hold. So really what we're talking about now is the target. Okay, well, there's a 7. So you could say it to this way. So if you were, let's say you're putting this in your trade journal. And as is often the case with a trade journal, there's a strategy. There's a reason that you're taking the trade. So what are you going to type in here? Well, let's see. I'm at a 618. I've got a golden corner pocket. I've got divergence. I've got the RSI. Shit, where are we? At 30. I've got an Elliott count that supports it. You take this trade. Well, let me rephrase that. I take this trade, but I sure as hell am tight on the stop. Right? I'd probably take this trade with leverage as well. I mean, why not, right? I mean, what's all the sentiment in the market? Negative. What's the best buy signal we could have gotten? Jim Cramer washing his hands of crypto. God, is there a more bullish signal than that? I mean, he's done with it, right? Publicly done with it. So we're 100K is right around the corner. I jest, but he has an unbelievable capacity for timing everything about as poorly as it can be done. Not to dwell on him, but that there. I mean, I think there are Twitter pages and Instagram pages of some of his calls. Anyway, okay. So all of that aside, what have I got here? It's just another trade. 7 to 1, 80% odds, technically valid, in sync with a pattern, oscillator support, pattern supports, geometry supports. What else are you waiting for? Seriously, why would you not take that trade? Well, I wasn't sure. The only reason you'd not take that trade, you've got something you like better, or you're out of capital. That's it, man. That's what else. What else do you wait for? I mean that, right? I mean, you can't. Don't overcomplicate it. Swing, retrace. It's technical, pattern, price. Take the fucking trade. Okay, I got to be careful here. In my mind, right, with all of those ingredients here, this gives me enough to where I can justify taking that trade. So the risk is worth the reward, right? Because we can't go in the market without risk. That's kind of a given, right? So we can't get in here. Can I stack the deck anymore? What else could I do? Well, here's what a lot of people will think. Oh, I got to wait until it starts to move. I got to wait until the RSI crosses the 50. I got to wait until we come up here and break that 618. I got to wait because I know that's sitting there. Well, of course that's sitting, right? Always and algo on the other side. Well, I got to wait till it breaks. Well, okay, let's say you're waiting until it breaks. Now what's your risk reward? You're waiting for this to break. This is your target. This is your stop. Right? Like if you're putting that in your trade journal, you aren't going to need that trading journal for very long. Because if that's what you're doing, you're not long for the markets. You got to buy it when you're a little scared of it. Fear is the wrong word. You got to respect how quickly the market can take, right? It, as I've said for many years, right? It gives reluctantly. It takes aggressively. So you have to respect it, but you can't be afraid of it. So, okay, 7-1. Again, what else are you waiting for? Okay, so thanks for that one, James. Now, where it'll get interesting, because this would be, I wouldn't be, I'm long at 26 and I'm just going to stay for the new all-time highs. Be realistic about targets there, right? If you think back to the count as he laid it out for us, the premise is that we're just seeking the next X wave. Now, that could change, right? If we come out of here with a rip-roaring impulse, right? I mean, things change, right? Elliott counts change all the time, just like any TA changes all the time. Okay, well, if that happens, boy, what a high-class problem. Oh, shit, I didn't get all of it. I didn't get the straight line vertical to the new high. Do you think that's what it's going to do? Probably not. Well, maybe you say, okay, well, then now as we get a little perspective, look where that target lines up, right on that trend line. There's a laydown. Thanks, James, for teeing that up for us. There's nothing else to wait for. Really? What? That's it, right? Take the fucking trade, right? If you get stopped, don't cry about it. Next trade. Okay, good. What's the next trade that I can set up with 80% odds that has pattern, price, fib relationship, indicators, all of it, geometry? Where's the next one? Because sooner or later, if I keep doing this with 7-to-1 odds, I'm going to be okay, right? Because one of them's going to hit. And that's going to offset all those little shit. God damn it, shit, stopped again, right? It's that 7-to-1, and maybe it goes longer. Maybe you take a partial here. You say, shit, that thing looks like it's going into a 3. Maybe we'll get second target. Maybe we'll get third target. Maybe I'll get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll get an impulse out of here. Okay, let a little run. What a high-class problem to have. Oh, shit. Man, I banked at the 23, the 618. Oh, I'm looking for the 1. That's a high-class problem. But paralysis of analysis is, it'll hurt you, right? Just put a stop on it, take the trend. All right, I guess I've gone enough on there. Thanks for that one, James. Is there anything else here? I think I've got everything you teed into that. I know there's another count in here, but we'll be here. We'll see. Well, this will be interesting. So when we come back to Friday, I think this is my last count here that I have it just us doing this as a WXY, right, as he does, into an A. Now, this is a count he shared with me yesterday, and I made it my primary because I liked it, right? I'm not above taking a count from members of my team, anyone as good as James. I hadn't thought about this, but okay, we could do a WXY into an A, expand the B right into the support. Now, right, if I'm looking for the X, right, if this is the W and this is the X, I'm looking for a 5. So the premise is here, right? Again, remember, if you want to be a purple belt in our belt system, you can only trade 3s and Cs. Well, there's your setup for a 3. You want the trade, right? You want the purple belt. God, never first click. Right there it is, right there. There's your. Now what's interesting about that? You can premise this and you can label that as a 1-2. I thought I had a 3, okay, I was wrong. We'll get used to it. Get used to being wrong. If you're not comfortable with being wrong more than you're wrong more than you're right, this is the wrong business for you. This is the wrong endeavor, right? That's why most people can't handle it over time. It's hard. Psychologically, it's hard to be wrong that many times, right? But it just takes, not to, blow smoke up your ass, but the fucking math should make sense. Geez, if I do 7-to-1 repeatedly, how many losers can I take? Remember, small loser, small winner, small loser, small winner, right? The big winner, what can we not ever allow? And if you allow it, you did it to yourself. Big loser. It's the only thing you can't have. You can fuck up and getting out too early. You can do anything. Oh, small winner. Oh, shit, it could have been a big winner. That's fine. That's not going to kill you. It's this big loser. Makes you a big loser. Okay, let's keep going. This is one. Oh, so this is another member of my team who is so. It's just amazing to me. This is his handle is GZ1968, but I think most of us all know it's George. George lives in Russia, and he and I connected. Right, he was a member. As anyone who's worked for me has always come out of my membership. So we connect. We've been talking for a year and a half. Right, he's in Russia, which is odd as an American to be in Russia, but he loves it. It turns out his family literally lives 20 minutes from me in Austin, and he was just crazy, right? So he was in town last week, and we got together, had dinner. It's great. I thought, God, I'll never meet this guy. 20 minutes away. Interesting. Okay, so let's go. Let's get his count up here. Here, let's get this one on here. I'm going to save that one, James, because I like that. Okay, this is ORAIchain. If you're not familiar with it, I'd encourage you to do a little digging on it as to what they're all about, right? So it plays right into the AI gold rush, which crypto, I think, will play a central role in. Okay, what are you giving me here? You're giving me which one? Oh, you're giving me this one. Okay, so this is log scale. Okay, wait a second. I got to keep an eye on it. Makes sense for an flat or a bit. That's Alta Vista Barbie. That's a good handle. Okay, so this is ORAI. I would, for full disclosure, I got a pretty big piece of this myself. Not that should influence you in any way. It shouldn't. I like the story, right? And George has kind of dialed me in on the fundamentals here. Now this is this is some tricky work here. Okay, so we are in log scale. We've got an impulse here. It gives us a 1. I guess we're gonna do, what are we doing here? Oh, that's pretty slick. Okay, I see what he's doing. Okay, so he's gone A, B, so it's in orange. His stuff's a little hard to see. He's gone A, I gotta get that out of here so you can see it. So here's the first correction, A, B, C into a W. Then I get an X, then we're gonna go A, expand the B into a C. Where do we land? Oh, well, that golden zone shit, that's only for the monster coins. That's only for, right? I'm just being silly. Right? There is no asset where you don't find it. It is there is no chart you could pull up and not find it. None. Zero. Maybe a penny stock that trades 10 units at a time. But anything with any volume, you're going to find this algo. It's just test it yourself. Don't take my word for it. Did I hit the record? I did. Okay, so what do we have here? So I'm going to pull some of this out just to clean it up here a little bit so I can. So first thing, right, so why do I keep harping on that geometry, that 80% odds? Well, would you have gotten that one? You see that? Oh, I promise you, people are taking this going, oh, come on, there's no way it's going up there. No, there's no fucking way that's happening. Not only is, again, it's not the general vicinity. It's not in the neighborhood. That's to the fucking tick. We don't make this shit up, right? All we do, we're not making the news. We're just reporting it. That is to the tick. If you've seen that, how could you possibly not draw it? Every bloody time you get this, how could you not use it? How could you not do this? Having seen that alone. I don't care. I've probably seen it 20, 30,000 times. How could you, if you get this and you know you can get 80% odds there, why would you not use it? How could you not? Right. So what do we have here? Do you see? I've got a larger one here. It's a little hard to see. Let me draw it here. Okay. All right. So here's the big one. I think, George, if I just switch this here to mine, you'll be able to see it better. Here. Yeah. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. So here's the corner. So what do we know? Right? Just like this one here, this has 80% odds of getting here. Now, not necessarily here. I mean, it's got to be past here. If we start to look at the angle, it's going to be somewhere up here, but it might not be. I mean, I kid you not. I've seen them take this long. I've seen it more than a few times. I mean, that could be 27, 28 before it gets there. We don't know. I just know that it's got 80% odds of getting there. Can't make it up. I can't do it. So there's one. We come back to the next one. Now, look. What do we have here? Do you see what we've done there? Golden zone. Impulse. Do I have an impulse there? We'll come back to that. Because I may not be done. Golden zone. So now I get a golden zone within a golden zone with the same 80% probability. I mean, what do I say? What more is there to say? Why would, oh Jesus, what do we got here? We got we got a head and shoulders. Oh, he's getting fancy now. Okay, so head and shoulders, right? Head and shoulders fits perfectly into Elliott market structure, all of it, right? It's just we're all identifying this A, B, C, A, B, right? It's the same thing. So I'm going to, just because it's kind of clouding up our chart, I'm going to hide that, George. It's a nice touch to add that. I'm not discounting that at all. Nice touch to add it, right? So we come right in here. Here's a low volume node. Now remember, on these, it'll often pivot right at the edge, right? They're often called the ledge of a volume profile before we go. We might come to the POC, but if it's going to hold here, it would do it right on the edge before we fall into the high volume, which is exactly what we did. Now, let's see if we can put together a little market structure on this. So here we're coming out of the golden zone. It's not, I got a 4. Let's go to a 1. Do we have can we complete there? Yeah, not great. I don't think you can get a 5 in there. Maybe. Let's see here. Maybe we can. Whew, that is ugly. You can get a 3-4 in here. Oh, let's just go with. Let's try and keep it simple. Some sort of 3-4, 5. That's a little Elliott shuffle. You might do it here. It's Elliott is not perfect. Don't expect it to be perfect. Don't expect perfect 5s, perfect 3s. It's not perfect. Nothing in the markets is perfect. Zero. 0 is perfect. Okay, but is there the implication here? Is the broader swing structure here? Okay, it's okay. Here's the retrace, right? Do I have some sort of a 5? You know, you can make that case. Okay, well, this is all wick here, right? So that's not exactly what you'd want to see, right? So if you go to a line chart, which is often a good idea, right? Go to a line chart and say, do I still like it? 1, 2 is, then would you have to do it here? 3, 4, right? Since that's all wick. Still not bad. Okay, I could live with it. Now that's deep. Now let's go back here and see, okay, do we have any, whoa, let's get this out of here. Yeah, well, let's just think about some demand. So what happened here? Oh, where's the swing structure here? Let's go back to a 60. Well, you probably make, let's use this. This has been mitigated already. Excuse me. They've already tapped this once, right? So this has already been mitigated to some degree, right? So if you're looking here at a demand zone, okay, they tapped it once. Coming back again, not as good, always better on when it's fresh. And you're mighty deep there. So this one, I don't think this is jump on it in the same way, because as you break it down, it's not quite as good. So you'd be thinking A, B. Okay, are we done here? Now this one, I'd want to see a little bit more strength here. Shit, is that free up storage space? Uh-oh. I don't think that's gonna hurt us here. I was just saying, I do so much video here, I have to clean out my hard drive often. But I don't think that's going to be a problem for us. Okay, so if I draw it in this way, if it is, oh shit, I'm screwed here. So maybe we'd come down here and tap this. But here's the golden zone. So you could really, I don't love that as much. I might let this breathe. Yeah, it's a golden zone, and I got a reaction out of it. What did I hit there? I might have hit a 50. I hit a 50 from here. Yeah, I did. All right, so there's a 50. I think it's too far here. No, maybe not. But this would be more likely what they're using. Look how it's so close to Bitcoin. Well, where's the target? Is down here, right? So if this is going to come lower, this is your big golden zone down here that really is part of the trade. This, I'd want to see a little bit of strength come out of that. So something. Let's just call it a 1. One, 2. That's what you're after. But not as good a shaping as we had. I mean, here was much better. On the last one we looked at, a little bit better. But if we come down here and we start to get a reaction, well, I'd want to see it break this. I'd want to see it get. You'd have a pretty good market structure shift there. Let's get that. I'd want to see it break that. Then you could confirm, okay, now I got here. Now I'm looking for the retrace, right? So you'd get a minor market shift, right? So you get something like this. Oh, now I think I've got it. Now, and possibly, right, the 1 comes out of here. This is not ideal because of the depth of the retracement. But if you're a bull here, that's, I mean, again, talk about low risk, right? You got targets way up here. You could use the other side of the 65. You could probably use the tap of that. Oh, let's use the target. What do I got there? 15 to 1. 15 to 1. Right, very low risk. Now you don't have to go balls deep there, right? So I mean, you if it breaks there, well, remember the strong low is down here. You'd have to change the count here. This I think, George, this is probably. I know it's going to be gnarly. I'll have to look at this. It looks like you got a slight overlap here, but still, again, Elliott's not perfect. I'd be more inclined to count it this way, even though we've got a hair of an overlap there, because that's all wick. No, I'm not a purist, right? I would let that slide. I think that's a better looking count here. Plus that's all wick, same thing, right? Is it better here if I do it this way? That starts to look like, okay, right? I can make more sense of that, right? And no, here I don't get the overlap. That wicking action makes me go, wait a second, let's check the closes. See how that looks. Now the correction looks just as good, 1, 2. So my thought here, George, particularly since we went golden zone here, is that rather than lean into this as a 4, you'd play it as a 2, and you're looking for the launch out of here off of the golden zone. So this will be key, and plus we've still got our 80%. We still got our 80% here. Odds are that we hold. So as we come back to it, I know it's scary to buy that. But okay, so on the one hand, you go, fuck, that's a little scary, right? It's not a great looking setup. But on the other hand, look at the risk reward. So can you live with that risk reward if you got stopped out? Okay, so back to the trading journal. Well, I had an 80% odds. I was coming out of a golden zone. The pattern was there. The price was there. The geometry was there. Here's the image I took. Trade is on. Win, lose, doesn't matter, right? Again, did you follow your methodology? Did you follow your trading rules? Okay, so when you go back to review your trades and you come to this trade, win or lose, can you repeat it? I know exactly what I did there and exactly why I did it. Right. You're not supposed to be seat of the pants here. It's not supposed to be like, oh, fuck it, let's try that one. Let's try that one. There should be a structured, disciplined, mechanical, I trade it when I see it based on these criteria. And I can justify it to myself, not to me or you or your neighbor. You can justify it to yourself when you're looking at your results at the end of the month, week, year, whatever it may be. Why did I take this trade? Not like, oh, I had a loser on June 8th. Well, shit. Oh, well, that's too bad. But why did you take it? Right? If you're not doing that kind of review and analysis of why you're trading, you're just winging it. You're just winging it. Think about that. All right, George. I think this is, boy, just sexy. Bang, bang. Shit. All right. That's perfectly tradable. Take it. I mean, just because the risk is so tight. Have that. If nothing else, right, have it on your watch list. Look for maybe you get a break here and come back to retest. Let's see here if we get. Well, you got a big imbalance here. Same thing, right? You've got that imbalance, right, where we came down so hard. So you've got that. You want to call it a fair value gap, right? That's SMC lingo, imbalance. What you call it, what you want, right? It's just an imbalance, right? The market came down here. Well, it's just like it's so funny, right? It's just like Bitcoin, right? So we had the big push here, imbalance, right? There's nobody on the other side of it. Now we're giving it all back. So this area here is kind of open to getting worked. Comes down a little lower. What are you risking, right? From $3 to shit. You don't have to go heavy here to 290. From 305 to 291. Adjust your size. If you're a little uneasy with it, adjust your size. But the setup is valid. It's a good long-term play. If you're not, again, do a little digging on what they're doing. I think you'll like the story as much as I did. I'm not trying to sell you a story. I'm just telling you, if you dig, there's reasons to like it. Now, bring in the TA, there's even more reasons to like it. Okay, now I got how do I say this? Mosang? Okay, well, let me, hang on a second. Make sure, because I'm terrible at checking you guys. I'm targeting 10K this year. Bear, sure we can crash. Jeff said the conditions here are extreme. Okay, all right. So you guys are having a little chat amongst yourselves. Okay, cool, as long as I'm not missing anything. What's the market doing? All right, we're still in the dumps. Okay, I got Mosang. I think I've seen this handle before, but I'm having a little trouble getting the charts done. Okay, so I think this is what you want here, Mosang, if I'm saying that right. If I'm not, pardon me. Mosang. It's a cool looking avatar he's got. I can't tell what it is. Okay, we're looking at the 10-year. I think that's what you wanted, though I see notes that you wanted the S&P, but I'm going to go with the 10-year since that's what I've got. Not many that I'm run into trade the 10-year. I mean, it's expensive to trade, right? So of all the things, so likely, right? It's very tradable with options, but the options are expensive. Well, lo and behold, look, oh my God, the 10-year. So you're telling me the 10-year hits a golden zone and bounces? Say it isn't so. Wow, what are we thinking here? Okay. That's unusual. Okay. Okay, Mohang. How do I say that? Mosang. Can I get any more data here? I guess I can't. I think that's a bit of a stretch there to go 1-2. I like it with the exception of I think you might be off on this bit here. More likely, this is all part of the upswing here, and this being just wick. That's likely. Oh fuck, we probably had some data report came out there. Up down. I think that's less probable than what you got here, which you're just going to lose a level. So I'd probably do it like this. I know you're like, well, wait a minute, that wick seems higher, but in terms of starting the count, you gotta. This is likely it's just a slight truncation. All right, I see what you're thinking. I see why you would think that, but that's just too wackadoodle, right? To go 1-2. I don't think so, right? Just I think you're more likely you had a slight truncation there. Now we start down, then you break structure, right? You know, you're getting signs of the weakness in the market. Okay, 1-2, it doesn't matter, right? So then the rest of your work is actually quite good. So what are we coming out of here? Is that a channel? Yeah, I guess that's a monster channel. Okay, so this has got to be, so we've just tapped the golden zone. Shit, I'm going to have to go to a 3-day here to see it. Okay, so what? Oh, God, look at this, right? It's shocking. Can't make it up. Oh, God, I bet there's 25 more in here. I'm just looking here. 50 to the tick. Look. Is there anything more technical than the bonds? I mean, not the neighborhood. Not the general vicinity. That's to the tick. Then you got this one, right? He's already nailed that one with the 50. I mean, you can say, well, I don't trade that shit. I don't use that. I don't believe in fibs. That really? Well, you haven't been paying attention then. Okay, so we get just the free fall, right? So here's the rate hiking cycle, right? So we can understand what's happening there. Is it impulsive? Well, it kind of is an interesting scenario here because no matter where you count it, right? 1, 2, you know, let's just go with this. Does it look like we're done? I see. It looks to me like, let's see here. I can't say I love that too. But yeah, you're probably living with it, right? Okay, so now we've got that established. I guess you are going to have to live with that. It's the 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, you're stuck with that. Okay, 3 into the 4. I'm going to pull some of these just to clear it up, Mohang. I'm respecting the work. I'm just trying to get so I can see it a little bit better. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, down for the 5. So that good candidate here. I think we've got 1 too many. Oops. I think we got 1 too many because of the way you were counting it. So I'm just going up a degree to your account. So I'm going to put the 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Golden zone. Shocking. So here is a candidate. Yeah, that might work here. A, B, C. I don't love the start of that. That looks like a pretty good 4. It's not a great start to whatever's coming next. Well, let's label it here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right? A 7-year-old could get that, right? That's not too hard. Looks like ABC. We got to do that. So I'm going to pull some of these off just to clear it up, right? Nothing, no commentary about your work. Just trying to get clear on where we are. Okay, all right. So it would seem like this is what we're doing here. Yeah. you really don't, you don't want this to be connected because now it's taking too long. A, B, yeah, let's hang out a second. That's 100. Again, I'm just clearing up space, not commenting on your work or discounting it. Okay, so we look right here. So first question is, why does it stop there? Right? I mean, this is a nice looking rip here. Why there? Now I haven't drawn this, right? I'm just... come on. How can you not use that? How can you see... shit, man. What else? What else do I need to do, right? I don't know what else to do to make sure that that's not on every fucking chart you pull for the rest of your life. How is that not the number one thing, right? Now, I had not seen that. I'm doing this long enough. I could eyeball it. Why does it stop there? That's why it stops there. Okay, is this some sort of an ugly start to a 1? Well, God, Jesus, that isn't ugly. Well, because right out of the chute, it's 3-3. Oh, fuck, it looks corrective. Now down here, right, we didn't get it to the tick. All right, let's push that off. If this is the 4, we kind of want this, right? We want it down here. So why? Because then we know where we are. Oh, okay, is this the count? Shit. I'm going to, again, no disrespect to your work. I'm just, okay, I got 3 trips into the golden zone. 3. Can I count my way out of here? 3, 5 looks like. All right, so, oh shit, I guess I could do it this way. Actually, no, pardon me. Yeah, let's do it this way. We could try and get because we've already got the overlap. Although I'd rather have a bigger 3. I'd push this off and just wait, right? So right now, come here. I've got overlap here, but I'd want a deeper 3. And then the question is, do I get overlap? I can't say I love that. Do I have a triangle here? Nope. That'd be a good one for my team. I promise you guys, some of these guys are so damn good. As I always tell people, you're going to have much more interaction with them than you will with me because I'm trying to run the company as well as another one. But they're better than I am, right? They're better Elliotticians. So if you want to really learn Elliott, you got some of the best guys on the planet on my team. I'm lucky enough to say that. All right, so let's see here. I'd be curious how they'd attack that. This, oh shit, do I have an overlap here? Yeah, I might. Yeah, it looks like I do. Okay, so we got just a little fucker right there. Well, let's think about that. I got a 5 here. Well, so is this a 5? Can I do 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 diag? Well, shit, I can't actually, because then I wouldn't. 3 would be, I wouldn't have a leading diag because 5 wouldn't be shorter than 3. That's a judgment call there. I got to tell you. Well, shit, I hate doing this on the fly. No, it's taking too long. So it makes you think I'm off here, right? So the obvious, it's not the obvious. It doesn't look good as a... So what can you do, right? So you go back, let's compare it to the 2. Okay, certainly simpler, right? Just zigzag. This monster here, it's taking too fucking long. I don't know if there's anything screaming at me here to take. It's a little sloppy, right? So you're a little sloppy here. We're a little sloppy. Is this the one? Is this the one? Are we in the 3? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? That's kind of deep for the 4. We're going to end up with a 3. I can't make this work I can't go and then go into an impulse. So best case, I've got A, B. Can I milk a C out of that? Doesn't look like it. It's kind of a cluster. I think that's a hurry up and wait. I don't like it enough. So much as I like the technicals and how technical it's trading, that pattern right there is too unclear. So if it's unclear, right, in the same way that I say, why would you not take that trade? Why would you take a trade here? What? Okay, I mean, if anything, if you had to trade anything, what's excuse me. But the only thing you can lean into now, remember, the algo does not care about any of this, right? All it cares is you're going to go dominant to dominant, right? Okay, so I hit the golden zone. Now, it doesn't matter that this broke here because I'm going to this swing to this swing. That's what the algo is going to see, right? So it's going to kick there. I can't say I like it, right? But if I had to, I'd be inclined bearish. Oh, I got to get PK and James on that one. I'm kind of curious how they would interpret that one. But I just see, again, I always come back to this. There are so many things to trade. Why would you take something iffy? Could, maybe, might be, can't. Right? I want the one where I go, oh, fuck, man. Like the first three we just looked at. Oh, beautiful. Bang. Boom. Look at that risk reward. Simple. I can figure it out in 2 minutes. This one, if I have to dig that hard, I better really, really want to trade it. Or I'm just going, okay, fine. Watch list. Okay, next trade. Let's check it. We'll check it in a week. Let's see how it looks. I just think this is too much consolidation. Like, okay, get the fuck out of there. And then we'll have some clues as to where we're going next. Your inclination, right, within the interest rate environment we're in would be lower. But looks like we're approaching a bottom, right? I'd be looking, right? Well, then you start to say, okay, well, let's put together a bigger count. If we're still trying to complete an impulse here, whoa, that's not good news if you're trying to buy a house anytime soon, like I am, another house. Boy, that's bad news, right? If this is where we're going on a 5, well, that's not going to be. Well, could we? Jesus, let's go back to the 3-day. Could we finish there? I don't think so. How could we possibly finish there? Well, take note here. This is right. There is no impulse here. It's kind of a clusterfuck. But so this being kind of choppy, right? We got a few pumps, but this is the most sustained. Well, it's the largest interest rate hike in 40 years. Well, shouldn't be shocking that we see that in the 10-year. But it doesn't look like it's done. That's the bad news, right? So, oh shit, he had it up here for me. Oh, beautiful. So he's looking for so how's he trading this? Mosheng, right? He's saying that. Yikes. Right, finish the A, right? Probably not a 1, right? So what does that leave? A, B, golden zone, C to target, which would put it down here. Jesus, if we're doing that, interest rates are going to be scary. Let's hope this doesn't fly. All right, good stuff though. Mosheng. Okay, now I got another one here from Mosheng. Okay, let me check you guys. Bitcoin bottom is 2124. Could already be in on an NFL lifestyle. That's an interesting handle. Well, we looked at Bitcoin. I'm with you, right? So we went through that, the possibility that we're going much lower if it's a 1-2. Right? If you didn't catch it earlier, you can catch it on the. It's the first one we hit, so it'd be easy to just to play it back. I don't like this enough to trade it. I rarely trade the bonds. If I was, I'd be trading an option spread. Mosheng, no disrespect. Your work is very good. No disrespect to your work. I just think you got to wait here until this gets you get a little more clarity. Nothing that I would chase, but that's just me. All right, I'm picky, right? That's how I like to say. Why not wait for something you love, right? Wait for your pitch. Okay, here's Ethereum to Bitcoin. I follow this as well. Oh, it's hot in here. I think if I move this AI camera I have follows me. Okay, so I can't keep recording. All right. I don't think that fucks us up with you guys. Hang on. I think this, it's going to fucking follow me. Let's see. How can I do this? Let me see. Okay, guys, give me a second. I'm just drenching. I'm going to turn my AC up, but this camera's going to follow me, so I'm going to try and I'll try and edit this out. I'm going to run. Did it follow me? Yeah, it did. All right, come back here. Well, I fucked this up now. Hazards of live stream. Better, worse. I was roasting. All right. Tell you the truth, I don't know why you guys, you know, everyone tells me, oh, no, you got to be on camera, right? Fuck. Oh, let's get me off camera. That way if I stay hot. All right, okay, we'll just see. Yeah, so back to the ways we used to do it. All right, so y'all have seen me, right? So you know, it's really me. Okay, God. Whew. Much better. Here comes the AC. All right, you can see this, I'm assuming. Okay, so what do I have here? I have ETH Bitcoin. Let's go. I'm going to just go out a little bit so I can see. You know, I always need to get a little perspective on this. Okay, so interesting, right? So this is very bullish. I'm going to pull this back here. This is Moshang, right? You're dealing with, that's a, what do you do with that, right? Well, I think this is specific to Kraken, actually. I could be wrong, but I think you're going to have to call that a 2, right, since we don't overlap down here. You guys can see me all right? Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Okay, so I got, this is in log scale for any of you playing along at home. Well, so kind of a dirty word amongst the eliticians, and I say that in some degree of jest, is truncation, right? It's the last resort. You only go there if you've exhausted every other possibility. Fuck, is it a truncation? Well, but the way he's counting it here, she's hot. I think we're kind of stuck with it. Well, okay. Think about, this is Moshang. Okay, think about what we're saying here. If this is 3, 4, and then we've gone 1, 2, and we're gonna finish a full impulse here. It's hard to wrap your mind around how Ethereum could be outpacing Bitcoin that dramatically. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. That we'd end up essentially up here. I mean, something would have to have gone very bad with Bitcoin and very right with Ethereum. It's not that it couldn't happen. I'd be reluctant to count it that way myself. Right now, let's see if we can simplify this. Okay, so what do we have here? So we have, if it truncated, it didn't do it by much. Oh, let's just draw it over there. Yeah. It's enough to where it's not great. Even if you use the highest close, but well, okay. You can't put the 2 here. You've got to deal with this. So you got to go 2. So you got to go whatever the fuck that. So WXY expand the B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got to live with that. So one possibility is we've gone W. Let's consider this WX, and we're going into the Y. I'd be slightly more inclined to be leaning that direction than to think that we're going to go into another impulse here, and that Ethereum is going to leave Bitcoin in the dust. It's again possible. So Mohang, I'm again, no disrespect to your work here. I'm just going to throw on an alternative here. Since this doesn't affect, just so you guys know, this doesn't affect their work. It gets what I have to work with. Okay, so let's just rethink an alternate here. All right, again, fully respecting your work. I'm just trying to say, okay, if not that, then what? Well, we could probably work an ABC in here pretty comfortably. Okay, so just a zigzag. All right, maybe fuck. Maybe you have to expand. That almost doesn't matter. All right, so let's go A, B. Oh, fuck, wrong one. Let's go, let's do it this way here. All right, so you guys see the ABC. So there's a W. It kind of looks like an impulse, doesn't it? So you'd have to do a little bit of an Elliott shuffle in there. Unless this is coming, there's another X in here because this definitely looks like a 5. So can you squeeze that into an ABC? Fuck, you don't really want to, right? So you're kind of stuck here going, all right, is it an impulse? I'm on the daily. Let's go to an 8. You know, I do this somewhat reluctantly. Like, oh, fuck, man, these guys are going to be bored to death. But this is what you got to do, right? So you're dealing with the same thing. So you got to look at this and go, okay, well, if I'm going to trade this, have I looked at all the possibilities, or am I just going to run and gun and like grip it and rip it and just say, oh, fuck it, let's just go? Well, I don't trade that way. I'd want to be digging through the possibilities here, because again, if I think about it and go, how could Ethereum outpace Bitcoin at that level to cause that kind of widening of that gap? So then you'd be stuck, wedging a 5 in there. Boy, that's about as ugly as it could get. But let's put it there for now, right, and see if we can make any sense of it, right? If this is the X, well, okay, it looks like we'd have an A, B, we might have it. So it looks like we'd have A, B, C, D, E could overshoot, right? So I'm going to put the B there. Maybe a C there. You don't really want it to be done, right? So this is kind of a tricky one. So Moshe, I fully get your thinking here, because this looks like you've got a 1 here. Pick your... It just doesn't quite make sense, right? So what's the other thought? Okay, so how far do we go here? Could we have completed up here? I guess that's the other thought, is that we've done it here. Oh, fuck me. Where's the 5? Where is your 5? Jesus, it's way up here. Whoa, look at that 3. How that would happen. Okay, is this a possibility here? Right, well, the 2 and the this if it was over here, actually it's not as bad. But 3, 4, is this the 5? See, that I think that may be more likely. But that makes for a shallow... It's still bullish. Still very bullish. Let's go 2 from the 4, just using the last pivot. Although this is iffy. Let's go back to the daily. Jeez, I can't say I love it here. I don't know that I'd be doing this on Kraken. I don't know what the issue is. Kraken is. Boy, that 4 to that 2 is just not right. Okay, so bottom line, I don't. It's not clear enough for me to take a trade here. I don't see the idea that this 5 is going to be up here. I can't wrap my head around that. Thus, I would just wait. But this is just me. I'm very picky about what I trade, right? Because I can be. So as can you. If it's 3 and we're still, if this is the 4, I just don't see it. I just don't see how that can play. Even though it's right there in my face, I get it. 3, 1, 2. I get it. It looks like it could fly there. It's right where it should be. There's the 4. But how the fuck is Bitcoin gonna? Something very odd has changed in the crypto landscape. If that's what's happening here, what's the last thing we could do here? Is try a little geometry on this. I kind of hate to use that, but it's not terrible to do it that way. it's kind of what you got. Well, okay. So bottom line it, right? If you wanted to take a trade, I mean, well, you're in the you've just missed the discount, right? So if this is the swing, you've just gone into the discount of the zone. Okay, you're probably not too late to trade that. If this is the AB, well, what do we have here? Looks like it's a bit deep. But 786. Okay, 1, 2. I wouldn't chase that. I'd want to see that come out of here. Okay, if I'm going to get a big 3 and 4, 5, okay, great. Now, if I get that, well, then I'm going to lean into this count a little bit more. But what would I be anticipating? Like, okay, well, that's why don't think, oh, shit, I missed it. No, odds are very high, right, that you'll get a retrace. You'll come back here and test some of that demand. This thing's out of here. Yeah, I got to tell you, Moshe, after looking at the alternatives, that looks about what you've got it right. I don't think I would trade it myself, right, until I saw a 5 come out of here. If I saw a 5 come out of here, then I would take it, right? On the 2 here, tight stop under the low. Again, keep it simple. And I wouldn't be shooting for something. I wouldn't be anticipating that Ethereum's going to outpace Bitcoin like that. Maybe it does. But anyway, thanks for submitting that. Okay, I got one more from you. Why are you on Kraken so much? This is what Kraken was having. I don't know. Their volume's down. Something's up with Kraken. I don't think they're the exchange they once were. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong. Excuse me. Livepeer. Okay, so let's. I always think Liverpool when I see this. Livepeer. Okay. Oh my gosh, Livepeer. Well, Livepeer wouldn't have the measured move algo in it, would it? It certainly wouldn't have that. Now there's a good 5. ABC, golden zone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa. Looks like, how are we doing that? 3, 4, 5. I guess we're gonna have to do it that way. All right, let's label it up. All right, I think we can all agree to this one. Oh, something like that. All right, so he's already got this teed up. Well, that's his first one. Well, that's the first one. All right, so just out of curiosity. Shit, I cannot make up. Can't make it up. See, it didn't quite get the golden. I get up on it. Oh, god damn. I don't know, man. If you're into TA and that doesn't send a rush of blood to the lower region, I don't know what else to give you. Look at the first thing it does. To the tick. Not the neighborhood. That's to the tick. Outside edge. Oh my god, look at this. Outside edge, lower edge, back to the median line. I don't know how this doesn't completely I mean just become part of your arsenal. I don't know how you wouldn't. Yeah, let's hope you do. Okay, so let's put a 1 on that. And we're looking for a 2 down here. 3, 4, 5. We'll just keep them up there. Oh, minuet. Oh, how about a white to stand out? Okay, I got a good candidate here for a white, or for a 1, a white 1. Be careful about how I say that. Okay, so that's out of there. Well, it's kind of a rolling. Jeez. Looks like you got to be done with the A wave here. So it looks like you got to go A. Right, maybe A, B, C is coming out of here. it would be, this doesn't look right, does it? Right now, again, that doesn't mean it couldn't be. It just means, okay, more probably, that would be an A, right? Rather than, I mean, okay, it's possible. Certainly it's possible. I'd be inclined to think we're about to do this. A, B, C before we come back, right? Then you'd have a pattern that would, okay, well, again, there's no requirement that here, see, I'm looking at the camera. I'm so used to that. There's no requirement that it do that. Probably. You got a little, this whole zone right here. And where's the high probability? You see how these things kind of come together? Now, I don't know if we're going to get that. But I can see there's a supply zone here right in the pocket we'd be looking for. We'd put this over here. You may not get there, right? This one may hold it. Right? That's our golden zone from the low. You know, a little demand in here. Right, so this is the, if I do it that way. Right, this is the demand zone that led to the breaks of structure here. Right, so you know there's demand here if we come all the way back to it. But see, you'd like to get there. You'd rather get there this way, right? So it's actually not a bad place to be a buyer, right? So you trade into the B for the C. It's actually not bad. Let's look in there. Okay, so there's the A. Well, you can't. Shit, you're gonna have to do a little 1-2 down there, 1-2, to make that fly, because you can't go what? Just out of curiosity, maybe you can. Yeah, you could. So you could have a leading diag, and you could take it into that, or it would be contracting, but you'd prefer leading here. But you could have a diag there. 1 is the longest, then 3, then 5 the shortest, right? So you could get a 5 in that. A, B, C, right? I'd prefer, so 1, 2, A, B, right? Either, well, so whether it's A, B, C, or 1, 2. Almost doesn't, it doesn't really matter, right? It only matters when you get up here as to what it is. So is there a trade here? Yeah. All right, let's map it out. Oh, you give it to me. We're in log scale. That fucks that thing up. Okay, hang on. Okay, there we go. You could do either one. Yeah, let's just do the 50. So why would you not take that trade? It's just 11-1. Here, I'm looking at the camera again. It's just 11-1. Well, I only trade 15-1s. Okay, well, if that's your trading plan, I guess this one's not good enough. Unless you did this, your target became the golden zone. There's 15.5-1. Right, and you're shy of the golden zone. There's 618 right there, 17-1. Okay, now why would you not take that trade? I'm seriously, why would you not? Right? Well, remember, purple belts, you can trade C's and 3s, right? Well, there's the proposal. The proposed count here is that would be the C of the B. A, B, C, right? Nice, boy, that's not a bad looking trade with the expectation. So fuck, you could trade the C into the B and then come back down into the C to get the 2. So you'd have a nice up down there. That's the very best when you can catch that. Now, once we get up here, don't forget what you'd have here. If it gets here. See how that all kind of comes together? Amazing, isn't it? Okay, cool. All right, how we doing? You guys, did I lose you all? Oh, no, it looks like we got, 200 people. Okay, good. Love that. Oh, I got a lot from Moshang. What else you got here, Moshang? Holy shit, you did. Oh, this is all conversation. Okay, I got it. So, what are we doing here, Moshang? LPT. Let's see here. Moshang, you see, this is a guy who understands, right? You want to get maximum value out of your membership, or whether you're a Discord or belt system, right? Post often. Take advantage of these live streams. Oh, this is Livepeer, so you make, yeah. I think he gave me 2. Okay, so that's all right. So, all right, we got to get off of that one. I think that's correct. Okay, so Moshang. Okay, here's Woo Wonka. Okay, Woo Wonka. Oh shit. Sorry, man. I know you so as Woo Wonka, but now it's Wonka, right? It's just Wonka now. All right, Wonka. What do you got here for me? I'm going to get rid of this bond. There's ORAI. We looked at that. That's the NQ. Okay, so I've got Woo Wonka with Aptos. All right. How are we doing here? Did I miss you guys? Anything? Nope. Okay. Aptos on Bybit. Well, we like Bybit. I got to copy that. I know it's Wonka because of his color scheme. Market recover here at all? Oh shit, it's gonna miss. Oh my god, missed my entry by 2 ticks. Oh shit, that pisses me off. Okay, all right, never mind. Okay, back to business here. So Aptos, okay. Ooh, Wonka. By the dip. He's always added the little colorful commentary. Okay. Wonka, this is good looking work. Oh man. Did you do this by yourself, or did PK help you with this? This looks a lot like PK, but if you did it yourself, this looks very, very good, right? It's nice work. So ABC into a W. Oh, well, fuck. What else are you going to call it? There's an X. ABC into a Y. Okay, so we're doing a WXYXZ, right? It's double zig. Here's the first one. Now he's getting to the second X, right? And this is why it takes some experience to know that you can do this, or just you learn it, memorize it. You can have a WXY into the X here. I'm catching myself. PK, can I do WXY into an X? I think I can. Yeah, so I can go WXY into the X. Could I get it done with an ABC? I can't. Shit. No, I can't remember. Shit. So this is where your Elliott cheat sheet is pretty handy. I think I want to say I can't do it. That I'd have to do it as an ABC. That I can go A, B. I don't think I can. Shit, PK will tell me. If he's still on, PK, can I do a WXY into an X in the context of a WXY of a double? I can't remember. For some reason, I'm thinking I had to do this as an ABC, but maybe I can, right? I'm guessing Wonka had some, maybe not, right? Maybe some counsel from some of the team here. WXY, let's go with it for the X. And now I've got ABC into the A. Let's make that yellow so we can see it. All right, so there's the A. Now this gets a little skinny. Then A, B, C into the B here. Remember, we're just trying to finish with a 3. This may be done, right? Algo is holding at the 50. Yeah, I see that. Oh, you locked me here. Okay, I'm just going to slide it off. Okay. All right, so here's the, looks like we may have invalidated there just a little bit. Maybe the sell-off today. Oh, it hasn't taken it out, right? So you if you're in it, you're still in it. I might give it a tick below that pivot. Okay, so he's trying to get there. Well, damn, his work has gotten good. I just can't remember that rule. Okay, so we're coming down from this Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A. 3 into the B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A. A. Oh, this is pretty slick, right? So we're going to go A, running flat. A, B, C into the B here. So it's A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that gives us the B here. Now, what do we get? 1. Well, that could still hold, right? There's a 2 in there. It's mighty deep. What do we want, a 4 hour there? Well, this is all demand, right? So you could look at it this way and say, okay, all of this down move here is potentially some demand that we're tapping into. Oh, that's mighty deep, right? What you want in these, when you get deep into these zones, you want to see like a V come out of it to acknowledge that the orders are being filled here, right? If we just keep rolling here, well, how would you deal with that, Woo? You'd have to change the count here. So this would go off the board. Now, right, it's not off yet. Oh, let's go to a 1. Looks like you can get a 1, 2 into that. Oh, that's a shame because it looked good, right? So, it's not done yet, right? But this is all wick down here. You might still sneak out of that. Otherwise, this has to be 4. If we take the low here, then we just work backwards, 4, 3, and pick your 1. You might have to live with this. Oh, actually, you could actually do it here. A, B, C into the 4. Let's check that. If that's the 3, okay, that flies. Let's quickly see about that 3. Just using the tools, right? What's the most common location for a wave 3? Between the 1618, 175, looks like we went through by a wick. A, B, C into the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, shit, doesn't matter. Fuck. I don't know that it does. Although there's not much of a 3 there, so I might be inclined to do that. All right, just for you Elliott purists, right? It looks like you'd have to go 3 into the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets you your 3, right? I mean, that's doable. I don't know that it really matters here. So what the question is, does this pivot hold? That's the whole ball game here, right? For this trade. Now you could look at it here and say, God, what a beautiful low risk trade, right? You could do this. What's the risk reward there? Target would be the pivot, 7.4 to 1. Well, the assumption here, right, per this count, right, if we take out this, if we take out this low, is that the 5 is lower, right? We're going to come down. This comes down. This he's locked, right? This would come down. We'd come down here, right? It doesn't kill the trade. This means it's deeper. A, B, we're going to go down for a deeper C. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Interesting, right? So note here. Right, we got close to overlap here and didn't overlap. Got close here, didn't overlap. Well, what are we tagging right there? The problem down here is that you got all this liquidity, right? So there's stops here, just like there were stops here. This looks like a pure liquidity grab. Kind of surprising we're back down here because you're leaving liquidity right here. You've swept a good deal of it, right? Whenever they get this close, so you hear me say that, and it's not like, oh well, they're just trying to fuck you. It's there's liquidity here, right? There's the liquidity every pivot, right? There's always stops every pivot, right? Market makers, whales, banks, financial institutions, they all know this, right? So okay, just like there was liquidity right here, up, sweep it, up we go. Right now we are into a fair value gap, big imbalance right here. Right, that's what we're tapping into here. It's just imbalance, right? It's moving too fast, right? So there's no one on the other side of it. So it's imbalance, right? If we want to call it a fair value gap, fine. Imbalance, whatever. Okay, there's going to be liquidity here. So what do we want to see here? We would want to see something to give us a clue, like, hey, maybe the order flow is changing a little bit. Right now it's lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Oh, okay. Well, something happened, changed here. But can I confirm it? This would be a structure break that would be significant. Okay. Oh, all of a sudden I got a potential higher high, right? Oh shit! Come here. I don't know, but if I get, okay. Well, maybe I'm going to leave here. So if that's a break of structure, I'd leave. Well, fuck. No, that'd be change of character. But I'd leave behind here a demand zone down here, right? Because money has to be committed here to to cause that change of character, and then come back down, pick up any latecomers, right? And then you put the whole thing together, right? So you get a low risk. That's the attraction, right? Both to whether you're talking market structure, SMC, if you want to call it that, or Elliott Wave, right? You're trying to enter with as little risk as possible, with as much reward that's not like just pulled it out of your ass reward. Oh, okay, well, the prior pivot, that seems like a reasonable target. What do I got there? 7 to 1. How many 7 to 1s do you need? Once again, why would you not take that trade? Now, he's not out of it yet, right? It hasn't swept that low. So this count I'm throwing on here, it may be that it's all done right here. Right, and this is a 1 deep 2, maybe. I'd want to see that just to confirm, right, that you got, it got a little structure break, come back down, pick up some stragglers, and off you go. Reasonable target, the prior pivot. All right, good stuff, Wonka. We still, right, I don't want to discount this. This is still in play until it's broken, right? You trade it till it fails. And the other alternative here, let's see if I go back to the 4 here, is that we might be heading for that golden zone. Right? More common. All right, so if we just let's see, you lock me again, you lock me again. Okay, so we maybe pull this down here. Say, okay, maybe we're coming down a little bit lower. So all that would mean golden. We'd have a golden corner. The AB would still be clean, right? We'd just be looking for a deeper 2. Out of there. All right, well, you get the drift. Then I have a golden corner with 80% odds here, and get that out of there. 80% odds of getting to the target. Where's the target? If, right now I don't have this. Oh, shit. All right, what's your... I know. It's like, oh, come on, man. Come on. That's just stupid. Is it? Is that just stupid? Shit, I'm looking at the camera again. Is that just stupid? Stupid? You tell me, right? Where's the more probable location? It's actually higher than that, right, for a 3. Now, again, that's 20. Look at the year, right? That's 28. You gonna wait that long? Probably not. But would it be technically valid here? Right? I mean, dude, there it is, right? 1, 2, 3. That would be just for fun. That's 293 to 1. Who could stay long? Who could stay long through all that? Not many humans. Right? The temptation would be too much, right? So. But is it about why would this be different? Why is what is this? Aptos. Why is Aptos any different than any other asset? Why does that not have 80% probability of getting to that median line and doing the most common wave 3? Well, that would never work in a trade I was in. Of course not. Okay, so maybe you're taking partials along the way, but why would this not be your target? Why would the most common location for a wave 3, I'm looking at the camera again, why would the most common location for a wave 3 not be your target? Seems kind of silly, right? Wouldn't that be a reasonable target? Most common location? Not in a trade I was in. Okay, let me keep moving here. How am I doing? Am I missing you guys? Did I lose any of you guys? Oh, shit, more of you guys. Okay, all right. I think I'm almost done here. I got FX King. I always see fucking King, but it's FX King. I have no idea how to work with this. Would love to hear. I have no idea how to work with this. Would love to hear your thoughts on it. Okay, well, let's see what we got here. What do we got here? FX King. FX King, why don't you ever give me any FX? I'm always curious. You're always giving me, I think you usually give me crypto. I don't know why you don't give me any FX. You're the FX King. All right, let's go over here. So few of you guys give me FX. It's always surprising. Excuse me. Okay, well, what are we doing here? Oh shit, I can't remember what this is called. Oh, what is OPS? Fuck, I can't remember the name of it. What it's called. I want to say it's like oh fuck, I can't remember. OP network? I can't remember. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. 1, 2. Boy, that is ugly. Well, okay, I would probably put that here. Well, number one, it drives me bonkers to have that line on there. Not because it's not, but it's not. It gets in the way here, so I'm going to take that off. And let's brighten these up here. Okay, so let's. Well, this is kind of a shitstorm. Well, so you see, there's a little 5 in here. This makes me think that I don't want to ignore this. Again, this truncation. So this is goddamn. That is not really what you want there. Well, let's do a little measuring in there. That's a tricky one. If that's going to be the 2, which I can't say I love, but I don't want to ignore that 5. So let's see how we do here. Looks like it's too far, but I would take that back one. Still too far. That doesn't fly because we're pulling from the wrong pivot. So it's not quite as, it's not particularly technical. Oh, Abdo just came in. Okay. God, this is a cluster. I guess you'd have to go A, B, C into the fuck X. This is a kind of a shitstorm. Okay, but let's just go with it. A. Looks like you might have to do this. Get this thing done sooner. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4-ish, 5. So let's take this up a degree. Put it in white. 1, 2. Can I get that done there? Yeah, that's a tricky one. We are in log scale here, so can I go 1, 2? Yeah, I can. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives me a 3. Oh fuck, doesn't matter. Right, sideways 4, 5, A, B, C. Well, this looks technical. A little wiki. That is the high. Okay, let's dig in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B. Do I want to take that lower? 1, 2. Let's put that there for the time being. Possible, right? So sometimes you just you gotta map it out and say, do I like this? Is that my X, right? I gotta truncate there again. It's almost there. It's almost A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like maybe you've got that. We have overlap. I know. Well, you could finish with a diag there. This is kind of ugly, but okay. First question. What is this here? I guess we do it this way. Okay, so the question on everyone's mind that's watching here is, why do we stop here? Now I've never looked at this, right? So why do we stop here? I'm asking that as a question I'm asking out loud. Okay, why do I stop there? 50? Not there. Oh, Jesus. That doesn't make sense, although the algo is not really worried about your Elliott count. So this would complete the impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if we got to live with that. See, I don't, so this is what he's referencing here, the overlap here. But I think you're more, I don't think you want to try and tie the two together, right? This is, if you're trying to do this, the 4, right? This is what you end up with, right? Which is, in a lot of years of doing this, you really would prefer not, and it's not sometimes, right? The counts are forced that way. I'd prefer not to, it's just too much time, right? It's relative to that too, way too much time. So it makes me think this is all just part of the correction of the initial push off of this. But then let's see, it's kind of fucking us up, because obviously if this is 1, 2, and this is then 1, 2, this is all part of the 3. So to put that in full context, we'd have to do it this way. So let's just finish it out. 1, if it holds, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is going to be, we'll go here. Let's put it in. What do we not use? Green. Okay, so we'll go 1. Possibly here we're working on 2 for a W. I don't love the X, but A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's perfectly good. 4 down for the 5. Okay, decent, but it's right. So you're pulling off of the premise, right? As the way I'm counting it. Not that my count is the right count. It's just how I see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So this is all part of the larger 3 way up here, right? So this is a very bullish count. All of this goes up, right? All you still yet to come, because 1, 2, where's your target for the launch? No idea if this is the full history. But the target for this 3 is here. Meaning we'd have to get up 3, 4, or maybe we slide it over 5 like that. Something like that. Trend line break here, significant. So again, no disrespect to having you putting it there, but would make me want to see, okay, can I frame this with median lines? Okay, maybe. Maybe. It's not golden, but it's corner. Okay, what kind of looking in there? Is there some reason for us to be reacting here? Well, probably, yep. Looks like we've got a little zone here that we just mitigated. So here's the last down before we shoot up. So we know this is significant. Here. I sometimes think it's easier to see here if I do it this way. So you do it this way. So you see we got into the discount of this range, right? Just below the 50% of it here. So a decent, again, you got to look and say, well, okay, well, why does it stop there? Why? Right, it's not the golden zone. Okay, is there demand there? Okay, well, there's the demand zone here. Now you don't, I'm on a daily, right? So you come down here, look at this and say, okay, well, let's get on that corner. 1, 2. It's not a great looking 1. How good is that 1? Not great. But again, shit, I can't make up. Where do we stop? Golden zone. I mean, I gotta be in seven figures. I bet I've shown that over 100,000 times. I gotta be. That's all wick. Let's go back one. Okay, so we are in an algo fib fight. Golden zone to golden zone. Well, so if you just think about, okay, well, which side if I wanted to trade here, which side do I want to trade on? Well, where's the better risk reward? Right? Wouldn't you want to buy at the low side? In the same way you'd want to sell at the high side? Okay, I'm buying in the discount. Let's get you out of here. Meaning, duh, right? I mean, not to be, stupid about it, but obviously, right? Risk reward. You want to be buying here, down here at the golden zone. Here we can put a stop right underneath it. You want to use 707, or fuck, there's probably a little order block right here. Okay, we're just tapping that. Okay, so we're just down to a smaller time frame. We just tagged a golden zone, so I know, again, I don't have to wonder about it. I know an algo is fired there, and we've got a target. Okay, so what's my risk reward? Oh, it's just 14 to 1. Well, I only take trades that are, 20 to 1. Second target. Well, I only take golden corners. Is that not a golden corner? What would that be if you got where's the most probable location? I mean, see how this kind of all just fits together? The point, when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, well, you can expect this on every swing retrade. It's not. It's just when it flies, it's almost like you've cheated, like you had an unfair advantage. When Elliott's good, it's that good. Okay, so, all right, so again, all right, you're in your trading journal. Okay, well, here's the trade I took on, what is the date here? On June 7th, here's the trade I took, right? I took a couple of trades that day. One of them was OP to the dollar tether on Binance. Okay, why'd you take it? Okay, well, I had pattern price, location, demand zone, fib zone, golden corner. So, okay, how much did you risk relative to your account size? Well, about 0.5%. What was the risk reward on the trade? Well, it was only 28 to 1. So win or lose, right? Stopped or target. When you review the trade, it should be, well, of course I took that. Of course I took it. I take this 100 out of 100 times. Why would you not take this trade? Why would you not take a 28 to 1 trade? I've said that a lot today. You got some great setups here from guys that are just, well, some of these are my senseis, right? Some of these are my team leaders who are very, very skilled, but you got some members here. It's what I ask the members, show me what you're interested in. Let's put some TA together on it. What do you like? I always ask them, what's at the top of your watch list? What's the one you're like, oh man, if this hits right here, oh, I'm so in. Well, first, can I assume you have a watch list? That you have assets that you're watching, that you save in a watch list? So that's my question is always, okay, what's at the top of your watch list? What are the 2-3 assets that you're most enthusiastic about for whatever reason? Fundamental, technical, the TA, the Elliott, the market structure. Let's look at it. I mean, for members, as I always kind of harp on them, you want to get value for your membership, you should be posting constantly, every day. Get the feedback. Talk to the other members. The senseis will give you plenty of feedback, right? But not in a you dumbass kind of way. No, they're not like that at all. They want to help you. We're all here to help you have better results. That's why we do this, right? Yeah, we make a living here, but kind of a nice thing. If I can help you, you can have better results. It's kind of good. Everybody wins, right? It's win-win-win, right? Now, is every trade up here going to be a great one? Of course not. Of course not. That's the nature of trading. But when something like this is right in your face, okay, Okay, so what would you wait for? Oh well, shit, I don't know. I kind of wanted to wait until I got the first impulse off of it. Okay, are you taking that one? Well, it's only 25 to 1, so I was a little uncomfortable with that one. Yeah, now we're just being silly, right? There it is. It's still 25 to 1. So if it gets stopped out, okay. Where's the next 25 to 1 that I can find? They're not that hard to find. I mean, they're all over. How many bloody assets do we have to trade? 20,000? I mean, plenty, right? Be picky. Be picky. You can literally, I've taken you through, you say, I wouldn't touch anything that wasn't under 15 to 1. Well, I probably gave you 4 or 5 examples today. Well, not me, right? We just the members posting. All right, last one here, and then we'll be done. I think you guys are. There it is. Oh, there's a name I remember. Tiago Gas. Hey, I remember you. Just remember that handle. Thank you for that. Optimism, OP, layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. Okay, well, all the better. Grab a piece. Again, you don't have to put the kids' tuition money in. You don't have to use leverage. But maybe a bite. Okay, Abdo. Abdo, where have you been? There we go. Okay. Abdo has been with us. Okay, so let's see what he's up to. Oh, shit. You got to give us a warning, man, if it's going to go white. Holy shit, that's harsh. Sorry. Those need a warning. You didn't give me a warning label on that. Whoa. Oh, fuck. Okay. Let me get my shades. Ugh. I don't think I can change. I don't think I can. Jesus, that's too bright. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can change it. There we go. Okay, sorry, guys. Oh, fuck. Hang on. Come here. Okay, there we go. All right, that. Oh, smokes. Abdo, you got to put a warning label on those. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you've got your wave thing on there. So let's get that off. Oh, you drew that. Okay, I see what you're doing. Okay. All right, so this. God, what is this? What is it? What is this? SPMD? I don't know what they are. Oh, FX King, you're very welcome, man. Glad you posted up. SPMD, I have no idea what this is. Holy shit, whatever it is. It's taking a long run. Looks like an alt. SPMD, I don't know what they are. One of you guys will. Sayed K, you're very welcome. Okay, so this is Abdo. Jesus. Well, what can we say here? I always do this, right? I want the lowest low. Well, does it really matter, right? You got the perfect TP. Not to be silly, but. Okay, so I mean, I kind of always just look at this and I go, okay. You know, when it gets this low, I mean, here's 0. SPMD, got it. Okay, well, so one thing I would say, Abdo, is that given the range here, we can probably go to log, right? Which I think you must have given it to me in log. I don't know. I got out of log. Okay, so we're in all of this zone, and it almost does not matter. So let's see. I got to get that, change that color. Let's go to blue. Okay, so another thing you guys do, you do these giant degrees. We don't need them that big. Okay, so let's get this one in white so we can see it. Okay. Maybe it's just me, but I always feel like if I start at intermediate, right, I'm going to run out of size. Okay, so 1 AB. Okay, I'm with you. Well, you built in you gave yourself another impulse to work with. That's a 4 hour. Let's go to the 1. Can we get that done there? I see what you're thinking. A, B, C. Let's go with it. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is clean. A, B, C. Right. We expand the B. So all right. Let's let it run. This would be quite a rip here. If we're pulling here, we're 3618 probably. It is interesting that you look at it like this, right? So if I pulled this chart up first, right, this is why it's important to get perspective. If I pulled this up in logs here, you're like, oh wow, this thing's really, oh, it looks promising. It just broke, but then we go back to daily and we take it out of log scale, and maybe, it doesn't look quite the same. All right, does it? All right, but let's go down here. Maybe we can stay out of log scale if we can just focus here on this range. So what do we got here? Right, it's really 4 times the range. So we could probably stay out of log here. All right, so, well, just standard ops, right? What would be the first thing we'd be looking for? Okay, well, let's see how the 4 relates to the length of the 3. So he's already teed it up for you. Nice, Abdo. So he's saying, okay, well, if we come back to the 38, oh, now I see his plan. Okay, so he's just working with some supply and demand. Rejected, right? So make a case. So you probably got a little order block right here. If it comes a little bit lower, right, for that 4, it's not great separation. Let's go to a 2. A, B, C, maybe you get that. Here's the little demand zone here. A demand zone like this is going to look better. Let's get this out of here. What did it do? Right? Did it do something? Well, look at the imbalance that it ripped. Right? You got another one here actually. Right? Do you see the imbalance that it triggered? God damn it! I'd use that whole little range here. So we could pivot here, although it doesn't really look like you got a great looking 4 there. So wouldn't be surprised here if this came a little bit lower here. But again, at this price point, maybe you're going to ladder in. You could use that pivot down here as a stop. Right? This is here if I draw it this way. Right? So here's the imbalance that it triggered, right? So this little demand zone caused that imbalance, which caused this, and then you got another one here. So it's just a little pause. That's not enough for a pullback, but it's not really a retrace, but it's just the market pausing. So you probably have another one right here. Take all of that down right at the golden zone. Okay, so we've got support down here. There's the structural support that he's outlined, and then just a little market structure, SMC, lingo, wingo, right? Okay, so with 3, 4, decent. Okay, anywhere in here. You want to be more conservative because it's been such a train wreck. Let the 3 complete and trade the 4 to the 5 at the larger degree. A little more conservative, right? Because this is kind of a straight line, right? You're not getting what you'd like to see. It's like, oh, okay, I see it, right? So now maybe this is just the A going in. Maybe just the A. So that's why I don't know that I'd be jumping on that right off the bat. How does it deal with some of this? Right, this will be attractive to the market. How does it deal with some of this down here? Do we get a little V out of that? All right, we're going to get something that pops and goes. It looks like a straight line. I mean, even if I go to 30, it just doesn't look like it's done. No matter how you slice it, right? It's just essentially, we're just going straight. 4. It's not like we haven't seen it before, but I'm running out of. I wouldn't go much lower than that. A, B. There's not much there. Maybe you can get it. Shit, you have to be down to a 15. Maybe. Oh, excuse me. there's a little bit of a, maybe a little bit of hopium there, but it looks like you got a possible 5 here. 3, 4, not much subdivision there, but maybe you could talk yourself into that. Oh shit, did we overlap? Did we? Yep, we did. Fuck. You know, that's a judgment call, right? How hardcore are you? Well, it's kind of all in the same context of it doesn't quite look like it's done. Oh, this looks here a little bit. Right, 50. Did I mention it's at every time frame, right? Every degree, right? So 50, target to the tick. How do we know it's an algo? It's a reaction at the target. I can't say I love that, right? Enough to go with it, right? So you're kind of talking yourself into it. I like it better a little bit lower. We come down here and do all of this. Let's go back to a 1. Where it doesn't quite look like, it's kind of, again, same point. Why would I not wait for something cleaner, right? Where I can go, oh, geez, I know exactly where we are and what that is. There's my nice little 3 into my support. Okay, yeah, I take that one all day long. But this, it just feels like you're forcing it. It's too early. Okay, well, if it kicks here, okay, likely to be a retrace. Well, you'd have a shit. Oh, you'd have another little supply zone here. So let it come up and tag into that, right? Again, if you're looking for bull side only, let this thing complete a little bit better, a little bit more cleanly. Oh, shit. Oh, back up into supply. Oh, down we come. Back to demand. Okay, now I like it. Now I like it. Now I can take, okay, 1, I can take that one, right? Maybe there's a little demand zone down here that you leave behind, right? We can tap into that. Okay, right? So we'd have to have some breakup structure in here. Right? This just is all too early. It's too soon. My view, right? I gotta qualify. My view that it wouldn't, again, so many things to trade. Why take something that's not ripe? That's a green banana. That goes on your watch list. Maybe not the A list, but certainly one to be watching, right? Because of all the upside potential. Holy shit, does that have a long way to go if it's going back to, 50% of its former highs. Oh my God, we got a long way to go. God, it looks like Bitcoin, right? With lots of demand up here, or pardon me, lots of supply up there to tap. So that's got a long way to go. But you're certainly buying in the discount. That I think we can all agree, right? All right, we put this back here. You are buying in the discount. So, Jesus, how far did we go? 340. All right, shit. I think that's it, guys. Okay, I think I got everybody covered. How are we doing on time? Oh, that's not bad. We're only over by 5 minutes. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I always appreciate it. You guys know you can always join us over on the Discord. You can join us for free, get into the belt system. You want to get in the Discord. Oh, there's a little fee for that. But if you get in there and then you participate and post and look for fee, you'll get your money's worth. Right? It's kind of the whole point of it. All right, guys, you have a good one. I'm back on Friday. We'll do some updates there.